the first pick.
Hey everybody, Conor Dorney from Just Baseball here, live at the 2025 MLB Draft Combine in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm joined right now by Cam Appenzeller out of Glenwood High School in Springfield, Illinois. Cam, thanks so much for joining me today.
Yeah, glad to be on here.
So, how's the event been for you so far? Kind of what you expected, or a little different?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I mean, kind of what I expected. I'm not playing the game or throwing, and I mean, interviews are cool to talk to each team, learn about them, and have them learn about me. I mean, being around these guys, it's just really cool.
Seeing everybody out there competing, does it kind of give you that itch to go out there?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was out there playing, but I mean, I did what I needed to do in the spring and last summer, and so I don't need to play the game, but I wish I could.
Yeah. Now, for some of our viewers who might not be familiar with you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got to this point?
Yeah, so I'm a left-handed pitcher. I'm pretty new to this scene relatively. I kind of popped up my junior year, and it kind of took off ever since then.
Yeah. So is this whole process, is there anything you've kind of been surprised at, or anything that you maybe wish you had known kind of before, all of the, heat started to get on you a little bit, if you will?
Not really. I mean, it's just it's all happened so quick that I haven't really had time to stop and think about what's happened to me. I just know it's been really fun, and I really enjoyed the process leading up to this. And I mean, playing all the huge events with all the best players in the country there's not really much to prepare you for. You just got to go out and do you and compete. Yeah,
and during this process, has there been, one particular AB against a guy that, it's been your toughest hitter to face?
I said this when all the scouts in the meetings asked me to. I said Dean Moss, just because I remember that being the longest at bat I had. It was a 9-10 pitch at bat. He kept throwing off pitches. But,
yeah. Still thinking about that one then.
Yeah, I mean, I think I ended up getting him out, but it was still it was tough to do.
Yeah. Now you're from a cold weather state. Do you feel like the cold weather kids get a bad rap in terms of the draft process in general? More attention is paid to the kids from California and Florida and Texas, if you will.
Yeah, I mean they play a lot more baseball, so I feel like they do get a lot more attention. But I mean, I don't think the Midwest kids get a bad rap, but definitely a little bit less attention than West Coast kids or Southern kids.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're currently committed to Tennessee, is that correct? What kind of, how was that process for you, and what enticed you about the Tennessee program? Obviously, they've had a ton of success in recent years.
Yeah, so I mean, I was originally committed to South Carolina at the beginning of my junior year. Then I had a great relationship with those coaches, and then they ended up getting let go. And then so I reopened my recruiting and just wanted to make sure I was making the right decision. And then kept it small between Tennessee and Mississippi State. Went on those 2 visits, and then after I went on my Tennessee one, it just the feeling I got from being around the coaches and the program, and just in Knoxville, just felt like the place I knew I wanted to be. I just felt like the family that I wanted to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now, is there a particular player, either one that's at the college level or the major league level, that you kind of model your game after, or try and take bits and pieces from them and how you approach the game?
There's a few people I watch. I mean, build and pitching wise, I feel like I'm kind of like a Max Fried, but stuff wise, I feel like Craig Kimbrel in recent years, I kind of have the same arsenal as him. Fastball, he can locate both places, slurve that he can manipulate, and then change up, but he has a splitter, a forkball, whatever it is.
Right.
I feel like we just have similar arsenals.
Yeah. And in terms of, obviously data is such a huge part of the game now. In terms of how you approach pitching development and kind of feedback that you're getting from, those kind of metric systems, how do you look at that? Is it, obviously you don't want to drive your decisions completely on the models and the metrics, but how comfortable and how do you feel about kind of that process in general?
I have not dug into analytics, metrics, all that stuff. I haven't modeled any of my pitches like that. Just all feel based and look based from them.
Yeah,
it's just been me.
Yeah, that certainly works as well. You got to know what you're feeling out
there. But I'm excited to dive into analytics, whether it be at college or pros.
Yeah,
I'll definitely dive in there.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you're not competing this week, but on field, the great spring you had and everything like that, that's huge elements of the evaluation process. But just as much is, off the field and teams getting to know you as a person.
Yeah.
So what are some of your passions outside of the game, and how do you kind of communicate who you are as a person to the teams during this process?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big competitor. Most of my life is revolved around like baseball, golf, competition things. But I'm a fun guy off the field and off the course. I like hanging out with friends, hanging out with my girlfriend, being with my family, all that stuff, playing video games. Just typical teenager things. Yeah,
Yeah, gotta have those outlets outside of the game for sure. Now, if there's one hitter that you could get out, today at the big league level, a guy that you want to, get on the mound against, is there one guy that comes to mind?
I'd want to try to get Shohei out just because he's that guy in the league right now.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Him, Aaron Judge, just face the best hitters.
Yeah.
Give them my all.
Yeah, not too many guys getting either of those guys out at this point.
Yeah, just try my best.
Yeah. Now, obviously, going through the entire, the spring circuit showcases, things like that. There's been a lot of people that have, supported you along the way. Like, who are some of, the role models that you've had, throughout the game and people that have helped you to get where you are today?
Yeah. So, first one is my dad. He does anything to put me in a position to succeed. He's always there for me when I need help. Also, along with my mom, they do amazing things for me. My basketball coach from the past 2 years, he's been a tremendous help with mindset and keeping me in the present and just keeping me grounded. And also along with my baseball coach for the high school team, and then my pitching coach, they just all together really give me the good mindset and help me get to where I want to be.
Yeah. So, and obviously there's a lot of, I guess, pressure to focus on, kids teenagers and going through high school, focus on one sport. Do you feel like playing other sports like basketball has helped you in, translating some of those things you've learned there to baseball as well?
Yeah, I feel like all sports can kind of be connected, just mindset-wise and thinking about the game and just being an athlete. I feel like just playing multiple sports helps you, helps in other sports. When something goes wrong, you think back to what happened in a different sport and you can be like, oh, it's all going to be fine in the end.
Right. Now, obviously, we're kind of nearing the end of this process, draft coming up in less than a month. Is there any type of takeaway or advice you'd want to give to yourself kind of before this process started that you maybe wish you'd known before?
Probably give my younger self advice about just make sure I stay consistent in the weight room and putting on weight, as I wish I would have started putting on weight earlier. Probably would have maybe helped me a little bit now and in a month or two.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time so much. Cam Appenzeller, thanks for joining us, and best of luck for the rest of the process.
Thank you.
Yeah.